Warframe is an experience, and that's just honestly a fact. And I genuinely want to experience this game with many people, just like how I want to experience the PTSD 2 the Electric Boogaloo Helldivers 2 will bring with Escalation of Freedom. Now, everyone, I'm just gonna be honest. I've been playing Warframe on and off for years now, and every time I come back, there's always new and better content to play. Warframe always tries to up itself and just be better than its previous self, so it's really nice when it reworks like different aspects of the game, different content, and just tries overall to make itself just better. And I think it's really nice. It really attributes to how much the devs really care about the game and its state. And with that being said, after my break from Warframe, after maybe like half a year, maybe a little bit over half a year, I decided to come back because TennoCon looked pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie, and it's going ahead and giving us more content, and I was just looking at the 1999 stuff, pretty baller stuff, and I decided to start playing again and get back into the swing of things. And oh man, I'm just so fucking pumped to play more Warframe content because now that I'm recharged, now that I can now play another live service game and actually enjoy it and not feel burnt out. Hey, Warframe is always my bread and butter when it comes to a live service game that actually has more content than I can really try to cope with, right? So it's always nice to, get my share of the content and, play as much as I can until another game catches my eye. When I got back to the game, I started playing the new quest line for Jade Shadow, and when I completed that, I decided to get back into the swing of things with the whole murmur stuff and getting those relationships maxed out because I got burnt out around the time when I was trying to complete that. And honestly, I was having fun, but at the same time, I had other stuff to do, things were happening, life stuff, so I got burnt out pretty quick trying to play it, and just life, right? So I am in the process of getting those relationships maxed out. And if you play the game for a long time or just for a good bit, then you know the whole gist, you know the whole spiel. But there's going to be a lot of people out there, if you haven't played the game, allow me to explain in a little bit because it's going to be a bit. Before anything else, this video primarily is for the homies on Discord who have been playing the First Descendant and have been sort of interested in playing Warframe, so this one is just a little bit of a view of Warframe from my perspective as someone who has played the game for years on and off, and hopefully soon enough we can all play the game, so shout out to the homies. And now with that being said, let me tell everyone about the fucking game. Warframe is a live service game and it's also free to play, so enjoy it, right? But it also has a whole premium currency used to buy cosmetics, upgrades, Warframes, guns, literal, space, to put those items in there. You name it, you can buy it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sounds like a whole lot of money to spend just to play a whole lot of bullshit, right? Well, normally Warframe gives you a free pack in stores that gives you some sort of like free currency to spend on. So yeah, spend wisely, kids. But not only that, when you get into the groove of things and you start gathering unique items like blueprints, relics, and other stuff, you can trade them in for gear that you need or for that premium currency you'd normally pay money for. It's pretty nice that I don't have to fucking spend money to just color my guy, and I can keep the colors too, which is really, really nice. And also there's the accessories and stuff. I'm not gonna get into the whole cosmetics yet. I'll get into them later. So I'm just gonna get into like the story right now, and I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. The story for Warframe is pretty fucking wild, but I'm gonna try my best to sum it up in the most broadest way possible in like a paragraph or two. Warframe is a game that focused on an ancient Tenno faction that was asleep for a long time, waking up years after the fall of the Orokin Empire, where you pick up the pieces of your faction and go to war against the other factions who battle for supremacy over the galaxy. I'm just going to tell you right now, you're pretty much like a preteen to teen kid who's had years of experience, who's got his powers from making a deal with some sort of being from another realm to save you and the other kids for being trapped on a ship full of adults who were actively killing each other in this whole void realm sort of deal, right? In this realm. So the raw power that the kids are blessed with, or in some cases cursed with, are channeled into Warframe suits that they possess from a pod controlling the techno-organic suit, where each one are modeled after a hero from the past. And, their abilities are given form using these Warframes, and they also learn combat skills like, the way of the ninja, martial arts and so on. So you're and it basically just molds your whole faction into being this whole like samurai ninja, superpower demigod techno organic machine people that fight for good in the galaxy, which is pretty fucking wild to explain, but it fuck it, we ball. There's a lot more to the story, but I'm just gonna let a lot of people go ahead and experience the story and all the craziness with the quests and stories that you'll experience when you play the game. Just know you're basically a force of nature when you enter the battlefield, and you will literally make everybody else shit bricks when you're coming towards them, and you eviscerate them in 20, 30, depending on your level, a billion ways, because it's you're literally just a superpower demigod ninja dude, right? Or woman who can potentially like set you on fire or kill you silently. It's the powers, like the different amount of powers and what you can do. It's insane. So with that being said, what can you do in Warframe? Obviously, I said you can do quests, you can do missions and travel the galaxy and fight the bosses of different factions, as well as get stronger, level yourself up, rank up. How you do that is just level up your gear, and that's pretty much simple. If you're not leveling up any gear or anything, you won't get any rank up points or rank up experience or whatever, right? To get to the next rank, and so on and so forth, right? So you're always trying to level up something and build your whole armory of weapons and warframes and just gear in general. It's pretty nice. It's pretty cool to see your armory just slowly stack up, especially with powerful personal stuff that you use depending on the situation. In Warframe, there are over 21 different missions that vary from spy missions, extermination, defense, mobile defense, rescue, sabotage, assassination. Dear fucking God, there's a fuck ton of different missions that you can play. Fucking crazy ass shit. It's truly insane, especially when you're just going about your day, and depending on if you're farming or not, the missions can vary. So there are some missions that you can play in open world areas. So say you want to go ahead and fly around like the plains of Eidolon, you can do it. Or you can be a cool kid and use a hoverboard in the icy terrain of Orb Vallis. Cool. That's all neat and dandy, right? Want to be a walking fucking tank? Become one while jumping into your necromech. Yes, you can literally possess a big old mech, either a melee one or a full-on, just gun one, right? That's the one I prefer. And you can go ahead and play with that in the Cambion Drift. And each of these options can be used no matter what open world area, map, and sometimes individual missions you can use. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty baller. These open world areas have a hub area for you and your fellow Tenno, where you can interact with people who will give you missions, allow you to create weapons and even name them and make them more powerful, give you gear, allow you to make to fish and even gut fish, funny enough, spearfish, and grow closer to the inhabitants as you do missions for them, and possibly even get some awesome frames and gear from it too. Do you want to know what's incredible about this game? Like, one of my favorite parts about this game is that it's the fucking spaceship battles. And not even just that, it's like the fucking sea shanties are fucking amazing. Not only that, but you can customize your ship, modify it, make it more stronger, deal with more enemies and stronger ones too, right? You can even co-sign NPCs to help you out when you're doing solo missions, and they can go ahead and man the guns, or protect the inside of the ship, or even drive the ship when you're out and about outside of the ship, doing shit, right? Like raiding enemy ships, destroy it, or you can GTA it, because fuck them, that's why. Missions for the Railjacks involve a lot of search and destroy, boarding enemy ships, from big to small ones, and even installations as well. It's just a variety of just fuck everybody up in a variety of ways, even in fucking space, in spaceship battles. It truly is fun. Earlier I mentioned trading, and that comes from mainly the bazaar on Mars, right? The trade bazaar on Mars. So that is a hub area, and what I argue is probably like one of the most important places in the game. because that's where you can go ahead and sell and or buy relics and gear and, you know, prime gear and stuff like that, right? And it can be a little bit challenging because sometimes, you know, you can't really find a seller, or, you know, no one's buying your shit, or, you know, nobody has what you want in stock, which is really annoying. But how people get a lot of these items, primarily these items are either prime equipment, other relics, different parts and stuff, mods even. But a lot of these items, primarily just the prime equipment, is farmed from, you know, relics, which vary in rarity, and each are different and have different stuff in them. It's a whole different, it's a whole, you know, ball game when it comes to relics. So what are relics? Relics are just these items that you can get literally fucking everywhere and anywhere that, you know, will go ahead and need reactant to open. So you do have to do a specific mission type to open up these relics using reactant. You get about 10 of them. And, you know, when you finish the mission, you know, it'll open up and give you a random item from its variety of chances of, you know, whatever item you get, right? And if you don't like your item, you can get a copy of another person's item that you would rather have. So that's always fucking neat. That's why I always try to do these relic missions with a full squad. So just in case I didn't get what I wanted and somebody else got something cool that's not necessarily what I want, but it's still something I need down the line, I'll grab that. These relics have different tiers, and, you know, the higher the tier, the better the stuff and more rare the stuff, right? So finding relics are, like I said, fucking easy. They're fucking everywhere, right? Like, you can fucking run around and do a random mission, you'll find a fucking relic. It's so damn dumb. But you can just run normal missions, farm, do whatever. A relic will be there 9 times out of 10. It's just that simple. As you play the game, you will end up in higher levels of difficulty, naturally, because you progress through the game. Because you are leveling up, you need more cooler and stronger gear to help you deal with, you know, with stronger enemies. So you need to do, you know, more difficult stuff to, you know, get the better stuff to fight the harder stuff, right? If that makes any sense. If that doesn't, I don't know what to tell you, right? So yeah, there's a lot of difficulty spikes sometimes when it comes to the game, because, you know, you need to get these things done, and sometimes being in a squad really does help. What also kind of doesn't help is that, you know, there's a stalker who fucking hates your kind, hates Tenno regardless, and sometimes he may try to murder you, you know, and some of his, you know, acolytes and followers that I don't even think he really fucks with, they just sort of just like revere him as some sort of god and try to hunt you down because, you know. And it's kind of funny, but, you know, you can just kill them or, like, you know, defeat them in battle during your mission, and, you know, you get like an item or something. Sometimes it can be really good, a really good item, like what was it, the dead shot, the dead eye, whatever the fuck it was. It's the stalker's bow, which is really nice. I like the bow when it was like really cool back then, right? So yeah, that's a thing. And, you know, be careful out there, especially when you're like level 1 trying to level up your shit and trying to farm, because he does not care. He will fuck you up. Warframe has a sort of nemesis system that's kind of different from, like, you know, Shadows of War and Shadows of Mordor or whatever, right? And the nemesis, who is specifically tailored to your Warframe that you killed, like its initial, like, sister in training of Parvos, or, you know, the wormling from the Grenier, whatever the fuck it was, right? Depending on the Warframe that you killed that initial person with, they'll come back stronger as like a Lich or like a Sister of Parvos officially, and whatever sector that you're doing a mission on that they control, they will take taxes from you. Funny enough, they'll go ahead and take some of your resources that you won from that mission, or they'll just show up and fuck you up, right? So you actually have to do specific missions against their whole like little mini faction in their faction, and, you know, get a bunch of whispers, and it's a whole fucking process to fucking fuck them up, right? But in the end, you will go ahead and go in your Railjack and go to their specific ship. You raid it, and, you know, you can either go ahead and kill them and take their cool unique weapon, or you can spare them and make them an ally that you can go ahead and have on your ship, you know, for free, I'm pretty sure. or you know, you can just have them just there. They just show up randomly when you're in a bind and just help you out, which is kind of cool. As you complete certain story quests, especially the big ones, you will get more involved with the game's characters and be able to do different missions for them and get more opportunities to get bigger rewards. Rarely do we get operations where all the Tenno will need to help in a unique mission type where squads will need to rely on each other from space into the ground, and the harmony of the success between the two really fucking matters when it comes to this operation or any operation. I think the last one was with the Sentients, where with your Railjack you'll need to go ahead and infiltrate sentient ships and, you know, do some, it's been such a long time, I think it's been 2-3 years, like where you have to infiltrate the sentient ships and you have to do like a specific mission in there, while the Tenno on Earth will have to go ahead and send up different kill codes and stuff like that to the people up in space to actually kill the ship. I'm pretty sure, and it's coming back to me now, so it's pretty fucking cool. It's like how Helldivers 2 has like the overall operation command mission, and instead of like this being like every fucking week or every, like, you know, 5 days, it's like very rarely. It depends on like where the story is going for Warframe. So it's pretty nice when it happens. Now let me tell you about special missions. You can accept contracts from the different factions for a reward, ally yourself with different syndicates and do missions for them, but be warned. They have a varying relationship with each other, with the smaller syndicates, and you know, if you side with one, some other ones may hate you and may try to kill you. So choose your faction wisely. I chose the Red Veil because, you know, I like red. They seem like cool people, and you know, you can just go ahead and like change syndicates and do whatever, right? Do their different missions and get like a variety of different items that they will specifically give you once you've you know, get to the specific ranks for if you improve your relationship with them. So it's decent. I normally just stay with the Red Veil. I really don't give a shit about like any of the mods or anything everybody else gives me. Sometimes I do waver a little bit, like, this mod over here for I forget their fucking name. I'm down. I really haven't looked at their names in such a long time. Holy shit. But they do a lot, right? It's really cool, like the syndicates, like their missions, because, you know, you can just get random you can get relics from them as well. Now that I fucking think about it, you can get mods from them, you can get a variety of different stuff from them. So yeah, it's pretty cool. There's so much variety in what you can do in Warframe, and if you just want to keep it simple, because it can be a little bit convoluted, there can be a lot of shit on your screen, just make your way through the star chart and complete any quest that you see and unlock that will add different gameplay elements and unlock more portions of the game and show you how to do different things in the game. So just follow the star chart and you'll be fine. Now, with that said, when it comes to the star chart, your star chart is normally on your ship, and that's where you will be mainly focusing your time on. And that's where a lot of the magic happens when it comes to Warframe. It's how you access the star chart, access your syndicate relationships, Conclave, which is, you know, just PvP. Not a lot of people play PvP, but, you know, there's a lot of good mods and stuff you can get from it. I very rarely play PvP. It's not my thing. The shop where you can buy stuff with in-game credits or premium currency. I mean, you know, you already know what I think about premium currency. However, you can trade and earn them and so on. So yeah, right. And then there's also a main console where you can go ahead and play and replay certain quests, right? And tons of information and lore about the game, blah blah blah. I genuinely like to skim it and look at it from time to time because the lore is crazy, and sometimes I need a refresher because sometimes I'm still like, what the fuck's going on here? Who's this? What's going on? I'm curious. What did you do to that person? What did you do to that person? And like, why is this guy important? And what quest line did I even meet this person in? So yeah, it's all there in that little main console to the left, right? If you're facing towards the star chart, it's to the left, right? So you'll be fine. The next room will be where you mod your gear, upgrade your mods, and make them more powerful. Your research station, where you can literally just go ahead and research as many things as you want, as long as you got the materials for it, right? And then it's also the area where you keep your dog, cat, or even mechanized dog or cat, you know, to chill with or whatever. Then you have your drone where it's stationed at. And, you know, you can get a variety of fucking drones. You can build some. It's pretty cool. And as well as your Warframe, you know, equipment station where you can go ahead and change out your gear. Again, many warframes, weapons, and whatever gear, right, that you're looking at are buyable, like with actual premium currency. Primarily, like the base ones are buyable, but there's always a workaround to get the primes, right? Because you can just go ahead and trade, for a whole bunch of premium currency or whatever. But again, you can just go ahead and easily get a lot of this by playing the game, working the little bit of the longer way, right? But you can definitely get a lot of this cool stuff just by playing the game, right? Do missions, trade, farm, do what you need to do. Just, get your premium currency up and you'll be fine. I said you would find like 3 times, but we're just gonna ignore that, right? But let's get to the customization, right? Which is a big thing for Warframe, where you can customize almost fucking anything, right? You can have different skins for your Warframes or weapons, and helmets that either the developers made or the community made, like different skins. Though also the community made. I think I have one the community made for, I think, Excalibur Umbra. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure the devs made that one, but it's pretty cool. A lot of the cosmetics are pretty cool. You can have different colors, like color them like in different ways, different styles, and even add accessories to make your Warframe and gear look unique. So it's all pretty sick stuff, and I just can't wait to see more unique stuff, more unique skins, because they're always adding new shit, and it's pretty cool. And they're always giving stuff out, especially with like they're sort of like, I want to say it's like a battle pass or anything. It's like where you just complete challenges and you get enough points to get to the next tier, and that's really it. I don't think you can. I really don't think you can buy like with premium currency like anything from that, because it's actually like pretty limited stuff. So it's pretty cool that they lock some cosmetics in there where you actually have to play the game to unlock any of that. So it's pretty nice. I will say something I never really liked since the beginning was how you have to make space for more stuff, right? So a lot of your main gear and stuff, you need premium currency to make space for it, right? But again, like I said before, like we discussed, you can trade like different gear and stuff for the premium currency to make more space and more inventory slots for more gear. So yeah, like when you're starting out, just try not to grow too attached to weapons and warframes, because at some point you will go ahead and look at them like, I got a prime one, I don't need this one right now. You may want to keep like your first one for sentimental value. I wouldn't. I just went ahead and just threw my my first Warframe into Helminth, which is just a whole Warframe modification thing that you can switch abilities around. It's a whole thing. I'm not getting into it because it's not much information on that, but it is interesting, right? But again, the whole like when it comes to like getting the gears and getting a whole bunch of all this stuff, it can be confusing, but if you know people that can explain it to you, then you'll be fine. But what if you're like super fresh, starting out, don't know nobody playing the game, don't know anything? That's where the whole awesome community of Warframe comes in. Personally, I've never seen another game like Warframe have such an awesome community until I started playing Helldivers 2 when it came out, because there are plenty of people who would love to help you out, and if they invite you to a clan, even fucking better, right? Because in a clan, everyone does their thing, right? They go ahead and pitch in here and there when they can, and help with research. That when the researching in a clan has a wider a range of items for you to go ahead and research and copy and get whatever gear you need. But the entire clan can use all this gear, and it benefits literally everybody in the clan. So it's incredible, right? You can duel each other, trade, and just full-blown hang out and just just chill out, right? A lot of the main members will go ahead and customize things and stuff. You can always arrange like who can be a main member, who can customize this and that. It's a very in-depth sort of like clan system that I think it's really nice. You can even visit other clans even if it's not your clan. It's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's been me talking about Warframe. I fucking love Warframe. Like, I'm fucking out of breath, talking about this shit and redoing lines and all this shit and that, right? But I'm not talking too much in depth about the game, because I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna take me hours. I didn't even talk about like this one place in the game where you can like ride around on a horse, and you know, it's like it's crazy shit. Like once you play the game, you'll get to it eventually, but it's pretty much insane. That's why I didn't really talk about it. But Warframe is definitely an incredible experience for sure. I am excited for Warframe 1999 to come out later on this year and experience it with the homies. And homies, please, when you're done with the first Descendants, recharge, because Warframe has a fuck ton of content. So we're going to be running through a lot of that shit. So hopefully you guys are down. Hopefully. And this whole video has been my thoughts of Warframe and, you know, what the hell you can do in the game in the most simplest of terms from somebody who has played the game for a very long time. And yeah, again, this is a live service game. This is a game where you can burn out pretty quick. It's like, you know, it's like the other ones, right? Where you can enjoy it while you can enjoy it for a while, but you can burn out depending on, you know, what's going on, if you're just farming or whatever. And honestly, just enjoy the experience that is Warframe, because it definitely is something that I never thought I would experience in a game, especially when I was younger. When I was younger, I was just playing games, you know, just to, you know, play Call of Duty, do this and that. But I never thought I would still be playing Warframe 10 years down the line. I was just thinking that, you know, I'm playing a funny little ninja game, but it became so much more, and it's, like I said, an experience. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Warframe and the whole Warframe 1999 trailer, because oh my god, that shit was fucking sick. And with that being said, everyone stay safe, healthy, mentally, emotionally, and physically. See you guys later.